Hey, good morning, Midwest Survivor. Time for breakfast bits. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody that's checking out the Facebook shorts, the YouTube shorts, the Pinterest posts, the TikTok videos, and the Lemonade post. So thank you for that. Be sure to check out our community. Be sure to click like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content as I learn it. You know, the community is a new thing, and as with all new things, it takes time. You learn it, you do it, you learn what works, you learn what doesn't work. I want to say thank you to everybody that's checking out the videos, but most importantly, if you like the video, be sure to click the like and subscribe, click the thumbs up, check it out. You know, it really means a lot to me if you hit that bell and hit that subscribe button. So today's topic is a very sensitive one, and it's very near to my heart because I came from a very dysfunctional family, dysfunctional to a massive point on my mother's side, minorly to moderately dysfunctional on my dad's side, and then also I'm getting divorced from a majorly dysfunctional family. So I've seen dysfunction every which way. But today's topic is you don't have to inherit dysfunction. And more importantly, I'm going to add to that, you don't have to marry into dysfunction. So have you ever heard the common phrase, well, that's just how we've always been. That's just how the family is. That's just how mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, that's just how they act. You know, sometimes families just struggle, and sometimes they have problems. You know, maybe your family struggled with anger, rage, manipulation. They struggled with alcohol addiction, tobacco addiction, drug addiction, pornography addiction, codependent relationships. Sometimes they struggled with manipulation, gaslighting. Sometimes they struggled with constant criticism, complaining, emotional neglect, verbal neglect, unhealthy relationships, church abuse, leadership abuse, bullying. You know, when you're raised around those behaviors, it's easy to believe that they are normal, that they are inevitable, and that they are just part of life. But here's the simple, honest truth. You don't have to inherit dysfunction. You know, family history may explain struggles, it may explain where you come from, but it doesn't determine who you are, who you need to be, or where you need to go in life. You have the ability to choose a different path. And breaking that unhealthy pattern starts with awareness. You know, a lot of people I know out there that are checking out these videos and stuff are doing it to be nosy and doing it to kind of criticize and complain the choices I've made. But here's the thing. I realized that there were unhealthy patterns. I realized that there were unhealthy situations. I realized that I was being verbally abused, emotionally abused, financially abused. I realized that the people that I went to church with were manipulating me and forcing their perceptions of how they wanted me to live my life upon me. They were trying to control me through words of compassion, but had a hook in them. Like, well, you know, you need to listen to me. You know, I know what's best for you. Well, I'm 42 years old. You know, I should be able to make my own choices, make my own decisions. And if I'm in an abusive situation, I need to get out of it. So, you know, breaking unhealthy patterns starts with awareness. I became aware. You become aware. When you recognize behaviors that have caused you pain, that have caused you distress, that have caused you emotional, mental, and physical health problems, you can begin replacing them with healthier choices. It's like learning to eat healthy. You know, you stay away from the fast food and the junk food and the potato chips, and you pick up an apple or a peach or some strawberries or some nuts. You know, something that's got some vitamins and proteins in them rather than grease and fat and carbohydrates and just all the toxic sugars and stuff. You know, showing kindness instead of criticism, being thankful instead of complaining, setting healthy boundaries instead of just tolerating the abuse and letting people walk all over you, choosing honesty and openness instead of silence. Change isn't always easy. Change is never easy. But sometimes breaking the cycle means disappointing people who expect you to keep the status quo and keep things the way they are and the way they've always been. But choosing health, choosing your health isn't betrayal, it's growth. I want you to remember this today. Your past may tell the story of where you came from. It doesn't have to write your ending. It doesn't have to tell you who you need to be, and it doesn't have to determine your future. You can become a person who changes the direction of your family for generations and challenges the status quo that has been forced upon you unreasonably, unjustly, and unfairly. So, Midwest Survivor, what is one unhealthy pattern that you've chosen to break in your own life? Let me know in the comments. Click like and subscribe. As always, stay healthy, be healthy, get healthy, stay strong, get strong, be strong. I'll see you tonight for dinner chat. And as always, check out the channel. Click like and subscribe. Click the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Have a great day.